Hello hungry people, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make 3 very different types of hamburgers. However, they have one thing in common, they're delicious. So, let's get cooking. The first one on the list is the classic cheeseburger. With this one you have a lot of versatility, you can put a lot of accoutrements on it. But we'll start with the beef. We'll try to form it into a patty before we fail miserably, and after that our final patty is done. We are now going to season this burger to get the flavor out of it. It's a very important step, so don't skip it. You should do this with all of your burgers. Now, let's put some salt, some olive oil. The salt, I'm going to put it on both sides. After that, I'm going to heat it with some pepper. Pepper, it's nice because it gives a nice kick and it's part of the seasoning, so don't skip it. If you're allergic to pepper, of course, but other than that, no, please don't skip it. It's a very important step to all seasoning. Now, pat that seasoning as well on all the sides to get more flavor. Remember, seasoning is flavor, so you should never skip it. Now we are going to move back to the stove and put some olive oil in and wait for the pan to get hot enough in order to wait for the burger. Now the pan is really okay, so we're going to put it in and let it cook. You don't have to move it, but at first just make sure it doesn't stick. After we let it on one side for about 3 minutes, we are going to turn it over on the other side and again make sure the burger did not stick. If it sticks, it's going to take away the flavor. Now make sure your burger is cooked through before you put on, guess what, the cheese. Put the cheese in and after that immediately put some water and the lid on. And after that, voila! A very beautiful cooked burger after take off the lid, and it's ready to be taken off the grill and put in a plate to rest. After cooking the burger, put on the same pan and we are going to grill the buns. It's a very important step because we are adding a lot of flavor to the burger this way, and doing it in the same pan, all the juices from the burger actually get inside the bun, and believe me, it works wonders. I'm going to move now back to the counter and do the sauce. It's a very generic sauce that starts with mayonnaise. It works on every burger. So, this is how you do it. You start with 3 tablespoons of whole egg mayonnaise. Don't skip the fat, it's very good for your health. And alongside with 2 tablespoons of honey mustard. Put in some ketchup for some sweetness. It's up to you how much you want to put, but it's not up to you if you don't put some seasoning in it. Pepper, some salt to taste, of course, and now we are breaking the rules with some chili, for some spice. If you don't like spiciness, you don't have to put it, but I like it, so I'm going to put, of course, pretty much. Mix in the sauce to create the beauty of every burger. It works on every sandwich as well, it's very nice. Now that the sauce is ready, we're ready for the assembly of the burger. Cut up and prepare the accoutrements for the burger. In my case, I'm going to use a fairly big slice of a tomato. I really like tomato, especially if they are fresh. Start up with a bit of sauce on the bottom bun of the burger. We want to spread it even and nicely. After that, we're going to put 2 pieces of lettuce on, fold it. Put the burger on top of the lettuce. After that, put the tomatoes, some onions, and on the top bun put a bit of more sauce because sauce means flavor and we really like that flavor on this burger. And this is a very simple one, and now it's pretty much ready. After you spread it nicely, put the lid on and there you have it. Make sure it stays pretty damn nice, and after that it's ready to cut it. Cut it in half so you can see the beautiful cross section that we are going to get. From the cross section you can see that I got a perfect medium rare. This is how I eat my burger, but you can make it however you want. I don't suggest to make it well. I'm plating it with some skewers in order to hold it there, and for a more aesthetic thing I'm going to put in some more sauce to be served for the customer. For the second burger, I'm going to start with caramelized onions. Put in some olive oil in a pan, and after that dump them after you cut them in fairly small pieces. Make sure to spread them around as much as possible because they might stick to each other. Give it a nice toss in order to make it more spread around the pan, and now just wait for it to cook. Now don't get too stressed, the onions, it's natural for them to take a bit longer to cook, so all you have to do is to spread them around and wait for them to be done. But we are going to give them some help by tossing them, and now of course we'll start with the brown sugar. Brown sugar, it's more natural than the white sugar, it has a nice glaze to it. We are going to put some balsamic vinegar in order for the color as well, but for the taste, and some Worcester sauce. I don't know how to pronounce it, many people have tried, I can't make it. Give them a nice toss in order for all the flavors to merge with each other, and you are ready now to get those onions on the burgers. You can eat them as well without the burger, but they're very good. In order to make the patties, I would like to experiment a bit, and that I would like to make smash burgers. That means putting some minced meat in the pan in a form of meatballs, and after that smashing them really hard with a spatula in order to create pretty flat burgers. We are going to season them, of course, on the first side. Remember that we didn't season the back side, and we'll wait for them to cook evenly on underneath. After they are cooking, we are going to flip them and proceed with the seasoning as well on the second side that we didn't season before. Immediately after flipping them and seasoning the burgers, I'm going to put the cheese on. Immediately, because they are flat burgers, which means they will cook a lot quicker. And of course, with the procedure, we are going to put some water and the lid on and wait for the cheese to melt beautifully. After that, I'm going to stack them one on each other to create a perfect double cheeseburger. I am following my previous rules, and I'm putting the buns in the same pan that I cooked the patties. Make sure to rub all that oil that has a lot of flavor in it and leave them. After they are ready, we can do the assembly. We're putting the lettuce first before the sauce, because this is a bigger burger and it's a bit soggier, so we have just a bit of that sauce that we made earlier and put it on top. After I am placing the burgers on the bun, I am moving back to the stove to put on some bacon. What is an American burger without some bacon in it? I mean, come on, seriously. We'll wait for the bacon to cook on one side, and when it's ready, you guessed it, we are going to flip them right now, and we'll let them cook on the other side as well. You can see the fat, that means it's flavor. We are going to season them with a bit of chili for a bit of spice and with some pepper. Remember, we're not putting salt on it because every other ingredients are salty. We're putting them in an X formation to get the flavor out of them and for aesthetic reasons. We're putting the caramelized onions on top that we made earlier, and we will proceed later with the accoutrements. I also cut up a slice of tomato because I really love it on my burger, and we will put barbecue sauce. Remember when I told you about smoky bacon? Well, this is a part of it. This brings out the smokiness and a wow factor with the American thing on it. And we're putting skewers for stability, and now we are indeed ready to cut it in half to get that beautiful cross section. Wow, look at that, medium beautiful patties. For the third burger, I'm going to start first with the sauce. We've got some mayo, some horseradish and some honey mustard for some sweetness. And after we are mixing this sauce, I am going to, of course, season it. Unseasoned sauce is no good. Now, if you ask me, this burger and mostly the horseradish goes perfectly with some coleslaw. I sped up this video because I'm just making some basic coleslaw, but for the ingredients is just some red cabbage, and of course we are going to use the white cabbage, which is basically the star, so enjoy while I make it. Now, for the second part of this coleslaw, I'm going to make the extra ingredients. I am putting the leftover mayo that I had from the previous recipes. I am also seasoning it with some olive oil and of course the requisite salt, and I'm also going to put some pepper, not too much because actually there's not a lot of strong ingredients right there. And I'm going to put some honey mustard as well. Honey mustard because it's got that sweet factor that the salad lacks of right now. And for some acidic flavors, I'm also going to use some balsamic vinegar. Now I am going to mix it and make the patty for the burger. It's a regular standard patty like the first one, and I'm going to season it with salt and pepper, and I'm going to prepare it. But let me show you a life hack right here. You can use a piece of a parchment paper and put it on top of the burger after it's seasoned, and after that turn it around and you are able to retrieve it from the counter easier and put it on the grill much more easy than you would think so. So you can see it's ready, and it's ready to go to the grill. As I was saying, I'm going to start with some olive oil, and since there's not a lot of smoky flavors right there, I am going to put some bacon. Bacon, I'm putting 4 slices instead of 2 like I used the last time because I'm not using barbecue sauce. So we want that smoky factor as well here. After we've let the bacon sit for a bit, I am going to place in the pan next to it, I'm going to place the burger. We're going to retrieve the parchment paper because we don't want to eat that, and we are going to flip the bacon. You can see it's halfway through cooked, and also you can see that the fat there is just dancing, which means that flavor is going to get into the burger as well, and that the fat is actually rendering and in depth, giving it more flavor as it goes. So after the bacon is completely cooked, we are able now to flip the patty. We left it at about 3 to 4 minutes, and we make sure that the bacon is crispy, and we are placing it on the burger. Remember that we are not using any cheese for this burger, so actually the flavor we're going to get it from the bacon itself, which is a very smoked bacon. We are going to place where the bacon was the buns, and of course we are going to get that fat inside them, and more flavor is going to develop instead of just eating plain bread. Now, since my timing was right, I was able to retrieve the buns, the bacon and the burger at the same time. So we're ready for assembling. We are going to put on the lettuce some coleslaw. Be generous with it because it's very good and gives nice flavor. After that, I'm going to place the burger on top of the coleslaw and smear the top bun with some of that amazing horseradish sauce that we made earlier. place the lid on top of the burger, put some skewers in it to hold it in place, and go for that mesmerizing cross section that we've been waiting for this far, and admire your fruits of the labor. I'm going to plate the burger now with a side of coleslaw. Now, regarding sides, this is about all burgers. You can use whatever you want, from fries to salads. Now, if you want me to make a video about very good sides and how you can eat them by yourself, you can just leave a comment in the comment section and just tell me what you want me to do in further videos. I would appreciate that so much. So this is it, guys. This is the finish of our burgers. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, please make sure you like, subscribe, and you'll have in the link, you'll have in the description the recipe, the full recipe. Thank you so much. See you next time.